لكن دنيانا بذلك بكوسار بس كذا نوصل لازم صباطا شو كنت بعمل؟ كنت مانا مشاعر ما أدري تكليف ناس يمكن تستيقظ يجي شهر بريك لكوي وزبيه هيك كوينات Ditui mas kent atem helk. Kup sonra hap sonra dank halda. Şu sonra kimsenin tekzira tam halda. Başlık düzeni takma mesle. Mesle. Ondan sonra emsaf diye. böyle ne istiyorsun bunu ya? Hadi iyi kasın. Bazı kaya tane PTV var, her tane bazı şeyler. Yıkış gidik. Ada tüm sürü kıyakta dersen şeyler. Yani bunu da işte bazı ne kaya bitti. Spectin, brauă, ușăță, vâhtă. Now bizim yana haul bar şefkarın bu satışır yok şer. Labden bu bir gelsin ustaz. Bence zindagi adam kun lekilsat. İbe tuza kiskan. Akhiş matem aletkin ülkenin sormarın nesbetki. Diyor bir şey nasıl? Feminizm bakı ne kuyuakına ne kuyusuna kubaşıyor. Ne kuyusuna gaş. Vaskun musmalik. Semi gazzo. Muslim finan berdostar dah. Gazzo. Ni finan tek bakta gara finan o tawi dahil. Nata srish kun mukat ni betesh kun dan. Ni watum.
Assalamu alaikum and a very warm welcome to PTV Girls. With the news this hour, I'm Sayyaba Nisar Khan. At least 32 people were martyred and over 150 injured in a suspected suicide attack at a mosque in police lines, Peshawar. Rescue operation is underway at the blast site as several people are believed to have still been trapped under the rubble after the roof of the main hall collapsed. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif visited the Lady Reading Hospital in Peshawar to inquire after the injured of the deadly blast. He rounded up different wards and also directed the hospital administration to provide the best medical facilities to all the injured. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif will chair an emergency meeting in Peshawar to discuss the law and order situation in the wake of the massive blast. A preliminary investigation report on the terror incident will be presented to the Prime Minister in the meeting. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif appeals to the people for blood donations for the injured in terrorist attack in Peshawar. He says people with own negative blood and group are also especially requested to donate the blood immediately and save precious human life. Turkey has strongly condemned the aberrant terrorist attack targeting a mosque in Peshawar. The Foreign Minister Mevlut Çavuşoğlu expressed grief and sorrow over the loss of lives and prayed for the departed souls. Russia condemned the Peshawar attack and expressed grief and sorrow over the loss of lives. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov says Moscow is satisfied with the current status of bilateral military cooperation with Pakistan. Pakistan intends to intensify cooperation with Russia in areas of trade, economy, security, counter-terrorism, defense, as well as cultural, educational and people-to-people contact. Addressing a news conference, along with the Russian joint counterpart, Sergei Lavrov, Foreign Minister Bilal Bhutto Zardari said that strengthening relations with Russia remains an important priority for Pakistan. President Dr. Arif Alvi calls for investing in human resource for development. Addressing the GB Dream Roadshow 2023 in Islamabad, he stressed on implementing the ideas to uplift the people of the province. The Indian Supreme Court will next Monday hear requests challenging the use of emergency powers to block the BBC documentary on the role of Prime Minister Narendra Modi during the 2002 Gujarat riots. That's all for now. For further details and live streaming, you can log on to our website, world.ptv.com.pk. You can find the PTV World page on Facebook and also follow us on our Twitter handle, @WorldPTV. We're now going to watch the newsroom. Stay tuned.
This is the magnificent story of the land which is marked by miraculous brilliance from start to end and from end to infinity. The land that gave birth to heroes who battled the long, tiring journey of faith and hope while shedding blood and sweat in the name of a noble cause of laying a foundation stone of an independent state where their children could live in peace and harmony. The sons of the soil braved out unprecedented hardships to seek a shelter of freedom they'd been waiting for.
It's time for Isha prayers in Rawalpindi, Islamabad. People in other parts of the country may offer their prayers according to their local timings.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. حي على الصلاة. حي على حي على الفلاح. حي على الفلاح. الله أكبر، لا إله إلا الله.
Sayings of the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wasallam. He who does not respect elders, does not have mercy on children, does not commend what is good, and does not forbid what is evil, is not one of us.
खेत कल्याण, गोह दमन, फूल चमन, इस नीलगो आसमां तले समेटा है मैंने अंदर अपने इस जहां की हर दौलत को। मैं हूं अर्ज़ पाकिस्तान।
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Newsroom. I'm your host, Khalid. But today is Monday, the 30th of January, 2023. We've got lots to discuss with you. So without further ado, let's begin. Our first story, of course, is the dastardly blast that has happened in Peshawar in the police lines mosque, which has claimed the lives of 32 people and has injured more than 150 others. Our Prime Minister as well as other leaders have condemned this heinous incident that has happened in a mosque while people were praying for their Zuhr. At the same time, the Prime Minister will also be chairing an emergency meeting on law and order, in which a preliminary investigative report will also be put forward as to which are the elements behind this. This is a suspected suicide blast that has happened in Peshawar. Countries like Turkey, Russia and Iran have also severely condemned this incident. We'll be discussing that in detail in our first segment. Our second story today, ladies and gentlemen, concerns UAE President His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Saad Al Nahyan's visit to Pakistan. He was in Pakistan. He was supposed to come to Islamabad, but due to unforeseen circumstances because of the inclement weather, this visit was postponed. But of course, he will be visiting Islamabad very soon. The ties between the brotherly countries of the United Arab Emirates and Pakistan date back even to the father of His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan. These ties are deep-rooted and multifaceted. We'll be discussing those ties in our second segment. Our third segment, ladies and gentlemen, concerns India's rising tide of Hindu nationalism, which of course is an affront to the legacy of Mahatma Gandhi, says his great-grandson, ahead of the 75th anniversary of the independence hero's assassination. And it is the assassin who is being revered by the RSS people, by the BJP people, Godse. This and more will be discussed in our third segment, and then finally we'll be talking about former Director General of Intelligence Bureau Masood Sharif Khan Khattak, who passed away in Karak in Sunday due to a cardiac arrest. He was 72 years of age, and he was also a frequent guest on our show. So deepest condolences from Pakistan television world. Let's begin with our first segment, and that concerns the heinous incident, the terrorist incident that happened in a mosque in police lines in Peshawar that claimed the lives of 32 people and injured more than 150 others. Sayyid Akhtar Ali Shah Sahab, former IG Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, joins us online. Sayyid Akhtar Ali Shah Sahab, thank you very much to have joined us. Sir, when you look at this incident, why are there an increase in your point of view, an increase in such kind of incidents, and then targeting a mosque? Don't you feel this is the lowest of lows as far as incidents such as these are concerned?
I must condemn the incident, and it is one of the bloodiest, and they even don't care about the mosque. But it is not the first kind of such incidents. Earlier, the same elements have targeted the places of worship of different sects in Pakistan. But as far as sensitivity of this incident is concerned, it is of the highest level. The magnitude of this incident has sent alarming bells all over, because it has occurred in one of the most sensitive and secured areas
in
on
Peshawar
police lines. Yes, of course. According to the initial information, this suspect was standing just beside the imam of the mosque, and from the examination of the scene of crime, it has been gathered that it was a suicide, person-born explosive. And the most pertinent question now, which has even been asked by the Honorable Prime Minister of Pakistan, how he got ingress inside. So, as far as my own personal experience is concerned, there are two possibilities. One, either he must be an insider, or he must have used the police uniform, or he must have befriended one of the police officials and has got this ingress inside. Otherwise, even if I enter the police line, they even check me, they ask about my identity. So this is a puzzle which has to be solved by the investigator later on. And they have to go to the bottom that whether any insider within the police force was also involved or not.
A lot of questions, Akhtar Ali Shah Sahab, are being raised pertaining to intelligence gathering, pertaining to equipping our police forces to combat this growing threat of terrorism. Are our police forces properly equipped, especially in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa? You understand that because you've headed the police in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa.
You see, in any combat, whether it's terrorism or even the organized crime or any other crime, gathering of information to combat such kind of acts is imperative. And now this kind of, I would call it insurgency. And because such groups have, in certain areas, they have their groups where they are controlling certain areas. They were controlling certain areas in the past. And now they have spread. They have their networks from Karachi up to Kabul and other areas. So, without proper intelligence gathering and improving the work of intelligence, it's very difficult to prevent such incidents. So, it's very essential that we have to improve upon our human intelligence as well as technical intelligence. If we don't, then I am afraid that such kind of incidents would further increase.
Mr. Shah, how important also is the collaboration between the federal government and the provincial governments in order to further share intelligence and intelligent information concerning such activities, such people who are behind these activities, and also to strengthen the anti-terrorist and of course counter-terrorist efforts made by the provincial governments? How important is the collaboration with the federal government in your point of view?
In my point of view, since it's not only a localized affair, neither it is a provincial affair. Rather, the tentacles of such networks have spread all over the country and even across the border. So it's very essential to synergize efforts of the provincial and the federal government, and under the anti-terrorism laws and other laws, and under the in aid of civil power regulations, the army and the other security forces are also here. And they had been coordinating with each other as far as terrorism concerned, and the gains which we achieved in the past few years, it were the fruits of coordinated efforts. And we had also Apex committee, which used to be worked under the governor of the province, which included the chief minister, the corps commander, the chief secretaries, and all other intelligence agencies. So, the similar kind of efforts are further needed to be enhanced and to be accelerated in order to achieve our goals.
Thank you very much, Sayyid Akhtar Ali Shah, former IG Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, talking to us about this heinous incident that has claimed the lives of 32 people and has injured more than 150 others. This has happened in the police lines in Peshawar, Kent, one of the most sensitive areas of Peshawar. This happened during the Zohar prayers or the early afternoon prayers, while people were saying their prayers that this blast happened. Our Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif Saab has chaired an emergency meeting on the law and order, where a preliminary report is going to be presented to him as far as the details regarding this heinous incident are concerned. The Prime Minister has also asked for blood donation, especially O negative blood, for those who have been injured. There's a dire need for blood. So all those who are listening to us, kindly go to the respective hospitals, especially Lady Reading Hospital in Peshawar, in order to help those who've been injured, in order to give blood to those who've lost their blood because of this tragedy that has rocked a mosque in police lines in Peshawar, Kent. Different countries in the region, friendly brotherly countries, have also condemned this heinous incident, whether it be Turkey, whether it be Russia, whether it be Iran at the same time, all the different leaders have also condemned this incident in the strongest of words. For the moment, nobody has immediately claimed responsibility for this incident. If we remember well, last year, the last major incident of such a nature had taken place in Peshawar when a suicide blast inside a mosque in Kocha Risal Dar area had claimed 63 lives. This is, of course, a very tragic incident, but of course we hope that the perpetrators will be caught sooner than later and should be given exemplary punishment. Let's come to our second segment. Our second story concerns the relationship that exists between United Arab Emirates and Pakistan. Now, we all know that His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan was to visit Islamabad on a one-day visit, but because of the inclement weather, this visit was postponed. He was here in Pakistan since a couple of days, and our Prime Minister already met him a couple of days back along with other cabinet members. The relationship will further strengthen, as has also been highlighted by the current President of the UAE. More in the following report.
Pakistan and the UAE enjoy close and fraternal ties based on common faith and traditions, shared history and heritage, deep-rooted cultural affinities, geographic proximity, and identity of view on several regional and global issues. Regular high-level exchanges and visits are key features of this relationship. President of the UAE, Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, is expected to pay an official visit to Islamabad, and this high-profile visit is a testament to Pakistan's continuous efforts to strengthen its relationship with the brotherly countries. The UAE is home to around 1.7 million Pakistanis who have been playing a pivotal role in the success story of UAE for the last 5 decades, contributing to the progress, prosperity and economic development of the two brotherly countries. Earlier, at the invitation of His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, President of the UAE, Prime Minister Mohammed Shehbaz Sharif visited the UAE to bolster economic, trade and investment ties. In the wake of Pakistan's economic woes, UAE offered a $1 billion new loan and decided to roll over a $2 billion current loan. According to official statements, the two countries also decided to expand their investment cooperation and create prospects for investment integration. Pakistan and the UAE share a resolve and understanding that continuous efforts need to be made to further strengthen trade, investment, strategic and economic relations.
Now, the relationship between Pakistan and the United Arab Emirates has been very strong. It is multifaceted in different domains, whether it be trade, whether it be people-to-people contact, whether it be the 1.6 million plus diaspora that is working in the United Arab Emirates, and those who are concerned and of course regarded as part of the UAE and its culture. At the same time, the fact remains that there are different avenues where both the countries could work together. When it comes to the UAE helping Pakistan in times of need, whether it be during the times of floods or earthquakes, whether it be due to the recent floods that happened due to the climate change, the UAE was always there. It sent all the help possible. Recently also in the economic situation that Pakistan is confronted with, the UAE has rolled over Pakistan's $2 billion loan and has said that it will add $1 billion more. The UAE president also said some time back that there are prospects of huge investment for Pakistan, and he has always given his full support to the Pakistani leadership of Shehbaz Sharif Saab as far as the UAE is concerned. And the fact remains that the UAE remains a very important partner for Pakistan. The UAE remains a very important friend to Pakistan, and Pakistan has always reciprocated it by terming the UAE as a very important partner in different domains. When it comes to trade between the two countries, the UAE is one of the largest investors in Pakistan among the Gulf Cooperation Council. A report by the UAE Ministry of Foreign Trade has shown that private and public sectors invested about $3.74 billion in Pakistan in the previous years. The report also indicates that multinational companies have made investments in different sectors in Pakistan, including the Emirates National Oil Company, ENOC, the International Petroleum Investment Company, IPIC, the Emirates Telecommunications Corporation, Etilsat, Dana Gas, Al Ghurair, Emaar, DP World, Abraj Capital, Thani, D-Nata, Al Tahira Agricultural Company, Gulf Pharmaceutical Industries, Julfa, the Emirates Investment Group, the Arab Company for Packaging, and Al Nasir holdings. Pakistan also, as has been enunciated by our Minister for Economy, offers vast opportunities for foreign trade investments and joint ventures in infrastructure development, electricity generation, water desalination, agriculture-based industries, insurance, and real estate. There are a lot of prospects as far as initiating joint ventures in aluminium products, agriculture, horticulture, farming, dairy farming and livestock, financial sector, housing, prefabricated houses and affordable low-income houses. There is a bright prospect for having a close coordination and collaboration in that. Small and medium enterprises is also one sector that needs to be could be tapped between the two countries. Aviation also plays a very important role in promoting bilateral trade. Volumes more than 90 flights weekly fly from the UAE to different cities of Pakistan, which are operated by 5 national carriers: Etihad, Emirates, Fly Dubai, Al Arabia, and RAK. There is a prospect of greater aviation cooperation also between Pakistan and the United Arab Emirates. As we've also enumerated, 1.6+ million people are working in the UAE. They sent a lot of remittances to Pakistan, which are one of the highest remittances in the current in the different fiscal years that Pakistan has witnessed. The UAE Pakistan Assistance Program that was also launched way back in 2011 at a cost of $450 million for the construction of infrastructure damaged by devastating floods, and this project and an extension of such projects continues to foster the strong relationship between Pakistan and the UAE. Dr. Manzoor Ahmed, a trade arbitrator, World Trade Organization, joins us online. Dr. Saab, thank you very much to have joined us. Dr. Saab, although it's unfortunate that His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan couldn't come to Islamabad, he was in Pakistan, he did meet with our Premier and other cabinet members. How important do you feel is the cooperation or the friendship between both our brotherly countries?
Thank you very much for the invitation. Well, you know, UAE and Pakistan have had close historical collaboration, you know, ever since UAE became independent about 50 years ago. So it's almost 50 years, and we've had very good relationship. Well, in all sorts of various fields like economy, like you know, recently we had a big show in that Expo 2020, I think it was. And you know, and UAE is a big partner of Pakistan in trade. I think our trade is now exceeding $10 billion. That's huge for Pakistan. And well, you know, whichever field you see, I mean, we get about 90 flights from UAE every week. And that's a big number for Pakistan. You know,
Dr. Manzoor, the UAE president has shown a keen interest in investing in Pakistan. Do you feel this is an important prospect given the challenges that Pakistan is facing?
Oh yes, you know, UAE knows Pakistan very well, and I think unfortunately there was a little bit of problem with that the phone thing. I mean, but still, I mean, you know, it's been going on for the last many years. So they have already many investments in Pakistan. So I think it would be good if they come. I mean, so it's,
of course, but you yourself said that the trade relation between Pakistan and the UAE, if we look at the year 2021-2022, was around $10.6 billion US dollars. Do you feel there are avenues which could be discussed? I did enumerate some of them while I was there, where we were waiting for you to join us online. Do you feel more avenues exist that could be discussed between both the sides in order to further strengthen this relationship?
Yes, you know, recently, I think about 6 months ago, India entered into a free trade agreement with UAE, and that kind of has abolished duties between the two, and also made many the regulatory flexibilities between both countries. So unless Pakistan does a similar deal, it will find itself in difficulty, because Indian exports to UAE will be free, and you know, rules of origin and many other trade related normally countries face, India will not be facing. So we need to enter into a similar agreement with UAE. I think we need to explore this. We need to talk about this.
Speaking of exploring and discussing, our Premier met with the UAE President when he arrived in Pakistan a few days back, in which important issues of regional concern were discussed. Do you feel there are converging economic and strategic interests between the UAE and Pakistan as far as our region, the South Asian region, is concerned?
Yes, many, because for the time being, Pakistan is facing economic difficulties and is trying to privatize all these state-owned enterprises, and UAE has enough, I should say, a lot of funding for this purpose, and the UAE is looking for both investment within the UAE, and also they are looking for investment outside of UAE. And so it's a good opportunity for UAE to, get some of these state-owned enterprises and make them profitable, as they've done previously with PTCL. I think it was a mutually beneficial experience, despite some difficulties, but it was overall mutually beneficial for both of them. And yes. So there are lots of opportunities in energy field, because I think Pakistan needs to fix its energy sector, and there are other fields as well, because the UAE into many things. I mean, they can perhaps our agriculture, our these special economic zones and export zones, etc. And UAE can do a lot in all these areas.
All right. Also, another area is strategic interests between both the countries. Our Chief of the Army Staff, General Asim Munir, had called on the UAE President last month, in which important issues were discussed. How important is the strategic relationship between both the countries, and how can it further be enhanced?
Well, Pakistan has been playing an important role in defense area, so I don't know too many details there, but right. I think a lot of scope there to further do it, to further expand it.
All right, we all know that the UAE has extended its rolling over of the $2 billion as far as Pakistan is concerned, and has promised another $1 billion as a loan. How important is that also to strengthen Pakistan's current economic situation?
I think, like UAE has done, and perhaps a little bit more would get us through this problem. We are in some serious issues, and hopefully $2 billion and maybe another couple of billions would get us out of these whatever issues we are facing at present.
Also, Dr. Saab, I'd like to understand, as per a 2021 report by the Trade Development Authority of Pakistan, Pakistan imports 56% of crude oil from the UAE. Do you feel that the UAE can further help Pakistan in achieving energy security?
So, did you say Pakistan can get some more for energy security?
Yes. No. How can the UAE help Pakistan achieve energy security?
I think UAE has huge these energy companies. The Emirates National Oil Company is already. I think it is partially working in Pakistan. UAE had this refinery at Karachi, and our refineries need updating. They need to do this refining. I mean, I should say that they didn't update them for the last. Pakistan side didn't do it, and they desperately need to update them, because one of the problems we are facing even with Russian oil is that most of our refineries are unable to refine those, and so UAE can be very helpful in our refining sector.
Dr. Saab, the UAE President has recently said that he considers Pakistan his second home, and that the UAE will always stand by Pakistan. Do you feel that Pakistan could discuss further how the UAE could help Pakistan in diverse fields, looking at the current state of affairs, and how, different avenues through which Pakistan could strengthen itself economically? are there some measures that you could propose, or do you feel could be looked into?
I mean, you see, Pakistan has already, quite a few diaspora in UAE, and UAE could help us further, by giving, some more visas. And UAE had good experience. That's why we have the highest number compared to our neighbors like Bangladesh or Sri Lanka or anybody else. We have 1.6 million, and others are much less. So this could be done further. I mean, this could be expanded further. Energy could be expanded further, and I think there's all sorts of fields. UAE is really diversified its economy, and they can help us in many other, because UAE is generally a very open economy, so they can help us diversify. Rather than what we are stuck in at present in textile and clothing, they could help us diversify through their investment in Pakistan. But I think the good thing will be if both countries start discussing possibility of a free trade agreement. Maybe it will take a few years, but if they can start already initiate it.
I think that would be a very good start if that happens, and whenever that happens. Also, I'd like to understand the UAE-Pakistan Assistance Program that was launched way back in 2011, and that focused on 4 major sectors: education, public health, roads, bridges, and supply of water treatment plants and networks. Could this be further looked into as well under the current, in meetings between the current leaderships of both the countries?
Yes, sure. I mean that they've already been discussing for the last many years. So it's time that they try to conclude these negotiations and move on.
All right, Dr. Saab, also looking at the OIC, the role of the OIC, of course the UAE is part of it, so is Pakistan. Do you feel both the countries also could work together in issues that pertain to the Muslim world and that confront the Muslim world?
Well, cooperation sure will be helpful, but I think UAE is more, trying to be friendly with everyone. It's the UAE. I'm not sure if they'll play a very active role as a part of it. Islamic Bloc, they're a part of it, and they've been participating and everything, but I don't know. I can't really comment on this.
All right. Thank you so very much, Dr. Manzoor Ahmed, Trade Arbitrator for the World Trade Organization, to have joined us and to have discussed the ties that exist in different fields between Pakistan and the UAE in the context of the visit of the President of the UAE, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan. He was also supposed to come to Islamabad. Unfortunately, due to the weather conditions, he was unable to. But of course, we'll be looking forward to him coming to Islamabad in the coming days. Let's come to our third story, and that concerns India's rising tide of Hindu nationalism. That, as per the great-grandson of Mahatma Gandhi, is an affront to the legacy of the Indian leader. The fact remains that there are so many things that are happening within India, whether it be all the atrocities that are happening in illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, whether it be the lynching of Muslims by Hindu supremacists that has recently happened again in Haryana in India, whether it be the different rallies of BJP and its allies that are moving forward and talking of religious conversions, love jihad, boycott of goods from shops owned by Muslim community members. Muslims are being sidelined, so are other minorities. What is India up to? Where is it going? When even the great-grandson of Mahatma Gandhi condemns the BJP leadership and the way they are fostering hatred amongst different communities. We've been joined by Dr. Jamil Ahmed Khan, former ambassador, to talk about this. Dr. Saab, thank you very much to have joined us. And it's always a pleasure to have you on board to discuss important issues, because you understand that from different perspectives. When the great-grandson of Mahatma Gandhi talks about the way the BJP and its leadership under Narendra Modi is moving forward in fostering hate against other religions, especially Muslims, what do you feel is the sentiment that is being portrayed by him also portrayed by other sane people within the Indian community?
Well, I think a sizable Indian community, they have the same sentiments, and not only that, that has been also mentioned amply in the report of the United States, very recently published yearly report of the International Religious Freedom. And the mention of the discrimination in India and mention of the some of the criminal violence against the minorities in India is part of that report. And India had made some hue and cry. So India had complained to the United States about that mention in the report. But that is not sufficient. In fact, it is also a violation of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. And its Article 8 is also very clear. So the report which was formulated by the United States International Religious Freedom, they have cited that in the Declaration, Universal Declaration of Human Rights and its violation. They have cited some more international legal instrument, and those are the Declaration for Elimination of Discrimination based on religious beliefs. And the third one which they have cited, the United States has cited, is the International Freedom, the United Nations International Freedom report. So, which is in their act, they have enacted it also. So, all these things, why I mentioned this thing is that once the great grandson of Mahatma Gandhi has come up so vividly, and prior to that, he had also gone to the apex court of India about the way the secularism in India is being eliminated gradually by the Modi government.
Dr. Jamil, Nathuram Godse, isn't he the one who murdered Mahatma Gandhi? Isn't he the one who's also revered by the BJP?
Well, not only killed Mahatma Gandhi, and on what ground did he kill Mahatma Gandhi? For his, and while he was attending a multi-faith meeting, at that time he was shot dead by Nathuram. So that was the mindset of RSS even at that time. But it started gaining strength once Modi won the election in 2014. And in 2015, Modi government built a temple in the name of Nathuram close to the Delhi city. And they have been honoring him as a hero always. And this has not been reflected in the international community, and that is where the Indians somehow through their various propaganda machinery were able to hide this thing, or were able to undermine such a grave change in the society of India, such a grave change from secularism to nationalism, and that to BJP, empowered and based by the RSS mindset. So what could be the sufficient...
Dr. Jamil, which brings me to the point, don't you feel that Narendra Modi, his policies that are entrenched in the RSS philosophy have caused irreparable damage to India's socio-political fabric?
And not only that, people are worried, the intellectual community, the secular mind people, and most of the Indians, they are quite worried that this very policy, although the Modi government is able to successfully polarize and successfully divide the whole society in their favor, to the extent that they have made their own voter and supporter based on hate, based on polarization, based on division. So on one side, Modi has protected his constituencies based on this RSS mindset. And now, ever since Modi has come in power, they have been openly, RSS openly demonstrating their paramilitary training and prayers in public with weapons. So that automatically gets connected. This 63 years old Mr. Tushar, the great grandson, he's quite determined to highlight all these points. And he himself feels, and he has also mentioned that he doesn't have much hope that he would succeed, but he would continue propelling his thoughts and ideas, and he would like to carry the flag of Mahatma Gandhi, based on which the Indian secularism, based on which the Indian entire mechanism had been formed.
That is so true, Dr. Jamil. But you know, when you talk of the policies of the BJP and how they are deeply entrenched into the daily lives of the people and how they are affecting the daily lives and brainwashing people, I'd like to also refer you to the thousands of Hindutva activists that have been holding anti-Islam, anti-Muslim rallies all across Maharashtra. 30 rallies across the region, and that is the region of which Mumbai is part of. According to estimates of the Mumbai police, approximately 10,000 to 12,000 Hindutva activists have participated in this rally. There are so many different mochas that talk of love jihad, that talk of stopping business with all the Muslim traders, and so on and so forth. There is a clear and well-defined demarcation that is being put by the BJP between the Hindus and all other sects and religions. When will this end, or will it end?
Well, this can only end through the multilateralism, through the multilateral effort, and this would only end once the world community, through the public diplomacy, are able to synthesize. Because why certain countries like Pakistan and some other countries who are the proponent of the human rights, who are the proponent of the religious freedom, if they are the one, if they take this flag and they carry this flag, and they are able to synthesize the world community, and they could be synthesized. It's not very difficult thing through the multilateralism and through the public diplomacy. And through the public diplomacy, if they are synthesized, then they would react in view of the international instruments, the legal instruments which I just cited. In fact, most of the countries have not been able to bring to the light to the world community that how the international legal framework or international instruments are being violated by India. That is one aspect. Second aspect is the Indians by themselves, the Indians, the Congress, Indians, those who believe that it would implode from within the Indian society if it is not stopped, such as Mr. Tasur, the great grandson of Mahatma Gandhi. Is just a voice. He has written 2 books, indicating.
He's just a voice, but he's an important voice nevertheless, Dr. Jamil. And the fact remains that there are so many other important voices, whether from the press, whether it be Arundhati Roy, whether it be Rana Ayub, whether it be so many others, even human rights activists that are being denied their due rights. And speaking of denial being due